Welcome to Cape Trekking, welcome back if there's been a four. Now today is a very special day, as most people will know. It is VE Day. Now I'm just going to do a wee walk today and talk a wee bit about VE Day and what it means to me and what it should mean to everybody. So come along on a wee journey with us. Come on. Now today I'm just doing a bit of a local walk. I do apologise. I said I was going to do one round Athersidge Way, but circumstances changed that one. For now, I will do that one. But I'm just walking around the back of Stocksbridge at the moment. Is where I live. As you probably guessed, I'm in a uniform. This is the uniform of the Cameron Highlanders. Now, before I get called a Walter Mitty or have you served, have you ever been in? No, I haven't. Wearing this uniform with respect. My great uncle served in the Scottish Regiment, so I'm wearing this for him. And in respect of the day and all those that lost their lives to make us and keep us free from tyranny. We'll talk a wee bit more about that later, but I think on a day like today you've really got to look into yourself and think, what did it really mean? What does this day really mean to me? And if you look inside yourself and realise that all those people fought and died for us, I mean, there's not many survivors left now, not many veterans of the Second World War still surviving, but all those that didn't come back from the from the Second World War, I'm going to say Great War then, but yeah, remember them as well. The Second World War, all those that didn't come back, today to remember. I've heard it called a celebration. I wouldn't call it a celebration. You don't celebrate war, do you? You remember, you reflect, and you give thanks to those that fought and died so we can be free. I think that's the main thought, really. This is called Little Don Cycle Link that runs parallel to the back of the Stocksbridge Steelworks here in South Yorkshire. It's a nice wee path, to be fair. The Steel Valley project has done a really good job of the paths and trails around these parts. I think they've done an amazing job. Don't know where that path leads. I'm going to stick on the main one today. Absolutely beautiful, gorgeous mate. It's nice to see now all these trees starting to flourish. Spring's definitely here. I sound a bit bunged up. I think I am a little bit, to be honest, but hey ho, it is what it is. The Cameron Highlanders, the uniform that I'm wearing, First Lieutenant, the uniform that I'm wearing is when the regiment was defunct and merged with, I think it was the Seaforth Highlanders and maybe another regiment, I'm not quite sure. It's to make the Royal Regiment of Scotland. Tragedy, but hey, oh, that's the government for you, ain't it? Not getting into politics. I heard a speech by Donald Trump this morning saying that rest of all Europe celebrate, it's that word again, celebrate, isn't it? Commemorate VE Day, and he's saying that America doesn't, but he says they think they should, because if it weren't for Americans, we'd have lost war. We were fighting for 4 years before Americans even joined the Second World War, and that's only because they got the arse kicked out of them at Pearl Harbor. That was tragic, by the way. But he was saying that if it weren't for America, we wouldn't have won. Maybe with his strength and armaments and supplies that they could have, that they gave. At that point I couldn't see, but saying that it was solely because of America why the war was won, I think that's a bit of a lie, to be honest. Bit too early for a bench, I think. One of the stories I remember my mum telling me, I think she must have got it off her ma, to be honest, saying that my nana, his brother, was coming back from Tripoli, survived war. He was coming back on a boat, and it was heavy seas, and the story is he got swept overboard, and they never found his body. They presumed that he'd been ate by sharks. So sad when you think that you've survived all that bloodshed. I mean, Tripoli was quite a nasty campaign, and got shipped overboard and then possibly eaten by sharks. It's not a very nice thing to think about, really, is it? Poor great uncle. Not quite sure where this lane leads to. If anybody knows, please drop us a comment. It's certainly gated here and metal gated further up. Anybody knows, please drop us a comment. Just getting off the subject of today's events. I've been watching a couple of YouTubers recently, and they've been buying vans and converting them into like little motorhomes. I fancy doing that, but I don't think it's ever going to happen anytime soon. Definitely not. I'd love to do it though. If anybody on here who follows this channel, and by the way, please like and subscribe. I've got 248 subscribers. This year's target I set at 250, and I've got 248, so I'm only 2 off, and it's only May. So please, let's get this channel buzzing, let's get it going, and let's build it up, because we had a nice wee family. I can't enjoy what I'm doing, to be honest. we're also watching something on TV yesterday morning, and it was this group of, I think they won or they entered Britain's Got Talent, and it was a group of women that dressed up in RAF uniforms, women RAF uniforms, and they do all 1940s music type of thing. Well, Whitecliff's Dover, you know, you get the gist, don't you? And she were on the main woman speaking. No, it was Jeremy Vine show, and she was saying that she went to a school to talk about it, and these 11-year-olds, and they didn't know what VE Day were. I think that's very sad. What are they teaching these kids at school? Come on. You know what I mean? What are they teaching them? They should know things like that. I'm sorry, but kids should know that. That's my opinion anyway. Just approaching Underbank Lane, so I'm now at the end of this trail, and I think I'm going to have a walk down to the Underbank Reservoir, which is on my left, and I'll walk down to it. It's quite a busy lane, is this, normally. What goes over it, what you possibly can hear in the background, is the notorious, over that bridge there, that's the notorious Stocksbridge Bypass. If anybody's ever heard of the Stocksbridge Bypass, you will know. There's a Happy Monk ghost story. Look back on some of our videos, I think it was 2 years ago, Samhain, when I told the story about it, the Stocksbridge ghost stories. That's a notorious road, but I'm not going up there today. I'm going to go down here, down to the Underbank Reservoir. Just down there is where the old line used to run for the train that brought the materials to build these dams. There's 3 dams. There's this one I'm going to, which is Underbank, then there's Langset, and then there's Middup, or Middup then Langset. But it ran just a bit further up under this bridge, and just a bit further up there it stopped, so they could build this dam I'm going to now, which is the Underbank, like I said. And then I think it went a little bit further to go to the other 2 reservoirs. Those are the old gates to the slag reduction, which was the far east end of the steelworks. You used to hear things clattering and banging all the time when you was a kid. They're the old gates, and there's nothing left now, it's just a derelict land. A perfect site for a new football stadium. This one I'm walking on at the moment used to be the old Manchester Road before they moved it just a bit further over that direction. But this is the old Manchester Road that used to take you towards the Flouch, which I've done in a previous video, and then up to Manchester or across to Huddersfield. So I am actually walking bang in the middle of the old Manchester Road. Wouldn't have been able to do this 15-20 years ago. The old house what the dam keepers We're just gonna have a walk across Underbank Reservoir. Absolutely stunning today. Still as a mill pond. You got the Whitwell Moors in the background. Fantastic. Something that's quite forgotten or not recognised during Second World War is the women. While as men were away fighting, the women kept the bonfires burning, so to speak, working in the factories, missions factories, steelworks here at Stocksbridge and other places, working the land. They're not given the recognition they deserve. If it wasn't for them, this country would have practically come to a standstill. So I think they do need the recognition that they do deserve. They really do. Like I say, if it weren't for them, this country would have stopped. What an absolute beautiful view. Underbank Reservoir. So it was only going to be a wee video today, just to say thank you for keeping us free, all those that died and fought in the Second World War and all wars before and since that's fought tyranny, oppression. Without them, we won't be able to be free and talk about what we do. So, I say, thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. Before I go, there's a very famous speech made by Winston Churchill, Sir Winston Churchill, the great wartime leader. My dear friends, this is your hour. This is not a party of any victory of any class. It is a victory of the great British nation as a whole. We were the first in this ancient island as a whole to draw the sword against tyranny. Very poignant words by Sir Winston Churchill at his victory speech. I'm going to leave the video on that note. So thank you very much for watching. Keep trekking. J-Art. Till next time. Trek on. Ta-da. Absolutely beautiful. See you again.